Everybody, welcome to Pink Power Live. My name is Nikki Westerfield, Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide.
And I am Kara Flippin, Senior Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. First of all, we want to say we're so sorry for being 14 minutes late. We had more technical issues than I think we've ever had, and we got on the phone with each other before 8 o'clock trying to do all this. So it was just one of those things that, like,
I feel like it's Google. It's like Google Hangouts' fault. YouTube kind of switched some stuff around on us, so we're learning it.
Yeah, we are, and we'll get. Hopefully, we'll get the hang of it and stuff like that. But we're sorry again. But we just wanted to, kind of share a little bit like what we've learned lately and some things that are new, and remind you of a couple things, and kind of do a little bit of a leaders retreat recap. Ours is going to be kind of brief.
Do you have two things going on, Kara?
First of all,
can you hear that?
Yes. Are you open in the background, maybe in a different thing? Mine. And 14 minutes late. We had before 8 o'clock. And with each other before 8 o'clock, trying to do all this. So it was just one of those things that, like,
I feel like it's so sorry, guys.
What is going on? This is what we're talking about.
Okay, I think we're good.
Are we good? Okay.
Yeah, we're good. Sorry, guys. So Google Hangout used to be through Google. Now it's through YouTube, and it's like so different. So like we're learning and we're trying to like figure it all out. So there's a little technical difficulty. Sorry, guys.
We'll get it together.
We will get it together. Practice makes perfect. And good thing we don't have our boss to yell at us.
Right. A perk of being your own boss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you guys, we definitely want to encourage you guys to check out last week's Rock the Pink, because they did like an incredible, super detailed call for Leaders Retreat Recap, and that is really great to go to. But we just wanted to touch on it a little bit, and some of the things that really touched us, and a little bit that Carrie Wilkerson said. But it was so much fun. Like I still cannot get over, like, even after being in this company for over 3 years, like how they treat us, what they do for us, where they send us, the perks they give us. Like, they're insane and they're amazing. And they held this big breast cancer walk, and that was so much fun just to be a part of that. And like, that's my favorite thing about Plexus, and my favorite thing about this opportunity is being involved in something more, like a bigger purpose, and getting to do more and help more, and having the financial ability to do that and the time to do that, but also being like a part of Plexus, and that's where their heart is too. So one of the reasons that we support the breast cancer and, making strides against breast cancer is because we were originally founded as a breast health company, and that still is really close to our hearts, and we still want to do what we can to take positive steps in that direction to help hopefully put an end to breast cancer in the future. But with that said, we'll just talk a little bit about some of the things that we had went over, and we had Carrie Wilkerson there to speak, and she is incredible. She is the author of Barefoot Executive, and she's so sassy, and she's so funny, and she's so witty, but she just has a really great way of being nice, but telling you how it is and like what you need to do. And one of the things that she really talked about was leadership DNA. And I know Nikki and I want to talk a little bit about leadership a little later in the call, but some of the things she touched on is like, your DNA is your DNA. And a lot of times we want to fall like crutch to that. And like, yes, some things you cannot deny. You cannot deny if you were born and you are only going to grow to 5 feet tall, or you're going to grow to 6 feet tall, or if you're going to have blue eyes, or if you're going to have brown eyes, or if you're going to be born with brown hair, if you're going to have blonde hair. Like, some of those things are things that you cannot deny. But you can take control of your leadership DNA. And I got my notes, so I'm just going to kind of read a little bit from there so I don't. You have the ability not to let things to control you, but to take action and to take ownership and responsibility. And I know a lot of times we kind of want to fall in the crutch, like, well, this is how I was raised, or this is how my parents brought me up, and this is what I've always heard, and this is what I've always been around. And I totally get that. Like, for me, growing up, eating healthy is a challenge for me. making good choices and putting good things into my body all the time is a challenge for me because I was not grown up like that. And my parents have made significant improvements in their health and the choices they've made over the past couple years, but that's not something that we even thought about growing up. And that's something that I know that I can control and I can take responsibility of now. So I have to train myself, train my mind, train my habits, and take action and control what I put in my mouth. So I am putting good things in my body and taking care of my body. But there's 3 parts to your DNA that she talks about, and it's the D, the N, and the A, and what they all stand for. So the D, it talks about you have to have desire and you have to have drive. You can have a desire to be diamond and you can even have a drive to get there, but a lot of times that's not enough. You need to be desperate. You need to be desperate to make that happen. But even out of desperation, sometimes that's just not enough. The biggest part of this is you have to have a destination and you have to have a clear-cut destination. You need to know where you are going and you have to mean it, and you need to have an action plan on how you're going to get there. You're not a leader if you don't have a destination. And I know a lot of times we want to maybe not make our destination clear. We want to make it a little vague so we don't necessarily have to take ownership of it. And if your destination is diamond, that's great, but it has to be more than that. Like, you need to make it clear cut. Like, what do you want to do? Like, what is your purposes? It's got to be more than money. And it kind of goes back to going back to your why and establishing that and why you want and what you see in your future. And I know for me, like, I see really big things, and I know I've talked about this before in the past, but I just see the people that I can help and the campaigns that I can get involved in and the money that I can donate and the people's lives that I can change and that I can impact. And I've literally sat down one day on a notebook paper and I'm like writing out like everything that I hope to achieve and will achieve one day. And like, that's going to be my destination, and it's going to take millions and millions of dollars, but that's my destination and that's where I'm going. So I have to take the actions to get there. So whenever the next part is narrative, and that is basically what's coming out of your mouth. Like, what are you speaking over yourself? What are you saying about yourself? One of the things that she talked about is like, whenever she would say things as a child, if it was bad about herself, her mom would ask her like, why would you say that about yourself? And it's the same thing about us. A lot of times we want to talk about like, oh, I'm too fat, or my skin's not clear enough, or I'm not this, or I'm not that, I'm not a good speaker, I can't do that. And we kind of like hide behind all this stuff and we're saying it out loud, and it kind of just becomes ingrained in our brain. And I know that we talk about personal development all the time, and we're never going to stop talking about personal development, but that's one of the ways that you're going to get over that hump, and how you're going to talk about yourself. And it also goes back to the affirmations, I feel like, because you have to retrain yourself. Like we've said before, like, we're so used to the negative and we're so used to the no's. We got to transform it into that positive thinking and saying good things about yourself and speaking it over your life, and identifying with that law of attraction and who you are is what you're going to attract, those types of things. So be speaking life over yourself all the time and challenge yourself, whether you're going to challenge yourself for a week or 90 days, to be speaking life over yourself, so that will become a habit, and that just watch how it drastically changes. One of the things that was really cool, she talked about a butterfly a lot. Like, that was her big thing. And butterflies start out as a caterpillar, and they put themselves in a cocoon, and they're there. And whenever they're in this cocoon, if you break open that cocoon in the middle of this process, it's like slimy mush, is what she said. So they literally go through a breakdown to merge into this beautiful butterfly. And that's one of the things that we have to do. We have to sometimes go through a breakdown to be able to emerge and transform into a leader. And whenever you're in that cocoon, like, you're not going to stay there. It's not where you're going to be forever or anything like that. But it is a season in your life where you're breaking it down, because you've got to clean out your mind. You've got to get all that junk out of your system. You've got to get your thoughts aligned and everything right, so you can break through into your destination, into this beautiful butterfly. And then the last part is action. So a lot of times we will spend all day thinking about our business, or we will go through and we will stalk other people and be like, what are they doing? Or we'll go buy a planner for our business, or we'll go buy a dry erase board for our business, and all of these things. And those are not action steps that are going to be getting us to our goals. And that was whenever it goes all the way back to income producing activities. And I know sometimes I feel like we're so repetitive on things, but we're repetitive because those are the things that work. And you have to be spending those times doing those IPAs. And I know in our group pages, I posted like my action plan that I was doing. So I could just kind of share with the team like what my specific IPAs are and what I'm doing and how I'm taking action to get there. And it wasn't stalking people and scrolling through Facebook and thinking about it and things like that. They were significant action steps that will take me to my business. And we talk about how it takes 90 days to make a change, and what we're doing right now is what I'm going to notice, you know, in January and February and whenever the first of the year rolls around. And then she also mentioned about how we have to be in alignment. So we are a health and wellness company. We sell products that, you know, are promoting a healthy lifestyle. So you kind of need to be in alignment with what you're doing. Your thoughts need to be in alignment. You need to be in alignment with your message. And you also need to be in alignments with the products. And you need to be taking your products. It's really difficult for somebody mentally up here. It's hard for them to go out there and tell somebody, I love these products. You need to be on these products. These products are good for you. They're going to help you with X, Y, and Z when you yourself are not taking the products. Like, how can you tell somebody how much you love these products and how much they're going to help them and how life-changing they are if you yourself did not believe it enough to take them consistently? I know a lot of people where that affects their business. It affects their business negatively whenever they know they're not on the products, because we're not hypocrites or anything like that. I know Nikki and I are very consistent with taking our products, and when we don't take our products, we can tell the difference in how we feel and how we act and things like that, and we make sure that we stay on them. And it's so much easier to share whenever you're being consistent with that. And like I said, just being in alignment with how you're talking to yourself and how you're speaking to yourself and over your business and things like that. But that was some of the other stuff we'll hit on. I know Nikki's going to hit on, so I'll let her do that. But Carrie Wilkerson, like I said, the Barefoot what was it? The Barefoot Executive? Is that what it is? The book that she's the author of? Like, just read that book. She's got it together, and she has so many fun tools and resources as well. And she's also somebody that Plexus brought in to speak at the Emerald Extravaganza, and they were all raving over her then too. But she knows her stuff, and she's really good. And I got a lot out of this specifically. But go ahead, Nikki.
That's really good stuff. So as everybody knows, I got Leaders Retreat too, but I didn't make it. Caleb couldn't get off work. We had sitter problems, and I will never miss Leaders Retreat ever again. I have learned my lesson. I have too many people on my Facebook page that were at Leaders Retreat, so it was literally the most painful thing I've ever had to witness for a whole weekend in my life. So I had people on my team FaceTiming me and just having a blast. And so I hope that that's a lesson for me. It definitely is. But also be a lesson for all of you that maybe didn't make it this year and actually got to watch everybody in your news feed have a lot of ton of fun too. And it's definitely one of those trips, like convention, super fun, but Leaders Retreat's always really relaxing and super informative, but you actually get to like have a Leaders Retreat. It's nice. So
you're working so hard.
Yes. So everybody work towards Leaders Retreat. Start now, and you'll be there next year, and make sure that you make it, because you will not regret it. And everybody that makes it to Leaders Retreat, their business just flies. So if you get to Leaders Retreat, just know that it's going to be worth it, and some really great things are coming in your future. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about the planner. So if you haven't seen, Plexus is giving away a planner, and all you have to do is get either 3 personally sponsored ambassadors or 3 new customers with PV of at least $50, or you can get any combination of those 3. So you could literally get 2 ambassadors personally by yourself, like the ones that you actually sign up, and you could get 1 customer. Or you could get 2 customers and 1 ambassador. Any combination of those 3 things, as long as you get 3 of them, then you win the planner. And I don't really know a whole lot about the planner. Maybe you can like share what you know about it, Kara, but I just know that it's amazing.
I know, like what's really cool is like they have there to like brainstorm and goal set and make your lists and things like that. And they also have all of the Plexus events from for 2017. They're already written in the planner. I know a lot of times people are like messaging group chats and like, when's convention? When's Super Saturday? When's all this stuff? And that's all going to be in there. But I know a lot of people talk about who is that? The Conrad, who is that? I don't know. There's a planner out there that my mom has. I know Michelle has. There's several of you guys that have it, and you rage about it. And I know that they were talking about how it's comparable to that and rated it. All the fun stuff with it too.
I wonder if it's the one I have. I don't know. Your mom bought it for me actually, so it might be. Yeah, so we're just like really excited about this planner because it's just a way for you to be able to like write your goals down and set daily tasks for yourself so you know that you're working your business every single day. So, you know, a little old planner might not seem like a whole lot, but it could do a lot for your business if you use it. So I'm really excited about that. Also, when you add an ambassador, Lori is going to be, for the Show Me Plexus team page, Lori is going to be adding anyone who adds an ambassador to the Show Me Plexus photo. So your name will be on that photo every time you add an ambassador. So that's super exciting.
Updating it weekly.
Yes, so cool. So another thing that we're going to talk about tonight is our training, our team training. And when you sign up an ambassador and you want them to get off on the right foot and get on a good start, we had like a few journeys trainings that were week after week. You had to like follow along, and we are doing away with those completely. And now we have a new journeys group. And basically this journeys group is going to be totally different, and it's so simple, and everything is updated completely. So basically it's just week one. There's a group for week 1. And when you sign up a new ambassador, and honestly, anybody can start this. It doesn't have to be a new ambassador. If you have not went through this training, get added to it, and you can start doing the week 1 right away. If you've already done these things and you're in week 1, we really encourage you to go in there and post your assignments if you've already done them, like your why and your list and all that stuff. You've already done them, just to make sure that you have your stuff in there. You're done. People can see your stuff. It motivates people and keeps everything alive in the group. But so basically, in that group for week 1, there is a file. So when you add somebody to that group, they go to the file, and all of the assignments are in that one file. So it's not like a bunch of posts. It's literally one file. All of the assignments are in there for week 1. And what's great about it is, so say you add somebody to this group. It's your responsibility. You make it your responsibility to follow up with this person and make sure that they get week 1 finished. Now, they don't have to finish it in 1 week. If they don't finish it in 1 week, we encourage them to finish it in a week. But if they can't, it might take them 3 weeks to get week 1 done, and that's fine. But you just can't add them to week 2 until you see that they have done everything in week 1. So this is going to be really cool for people who might not have a lot of time to work Plexus. And so they don't feel like they're super rushed or, oh my gosh, they missed a few days. They get it done on their own time when it's convenient for them. And, just let them know, I will put you in week 2 when you're done with week 1. So it kind of also gives them a little drive like, oh, I can't be added to week 2 until I get week 1 done. So it kind of pushes them to get added to week 2. And so it's 4 weeks, right, Kara?
Yes.
So it's 4 weeks. And so say somebody comes to you and they say, oh, this isn't working out for me. My business isn't growing. And they've only finished week 1 and 2 of this. You can go back to them and say, finish week 3 and 4. Like if they haven't even completed these 4 weeks, then they are probably missing a whole lot of stuff that they could use to be building their business. So it's another thing to just keep people active and keep people, doing those daily things and doing the right things. Because like Kara said, some people sign up and they think that they're doing these income producing activities, but they're just not, and they feel like they are, but they're just not doing the right things to get that income coming in. Do you have anything else on that, Kara? On the journeys groups? I know it's gonna like bring up a lot of leaders, and I think that's great that it's gonna, because it's your responsibility. When somebody adds somebody to that group, it's your responsibility as their leader, because if you have one person on your team, you're a leader. We say that all the time. If you have even one person, you're a leader. So it kind of makes you be that leader to anybody that you add into it.
That's the biggest thing we want everybody to understand, because a lot of times we start groups, there's all these people that will say, I want in, and then they'll put people in and things like that. And they don't take any responsibility for the people that they've added to the group and their team. And that's one thing. Like, guys, if you want to have a successful business in Plexus and you want to grow a team, you guys are going to have to learn to be leaders, and you're going to have to be willing to take on that leadership role and not necessarily depending on your upline all the time. I get it if you are brand new or a couple weeks or things like that. Yes, use your upline as a crutch, but it is your responsibility to have a successful business, to be educating yourself and growing and going through this training. And like Nikki said, like if you can only be added by your sponsor or your closest working upline. So they add you into it, and like she said, they work closely with you. Make sure that if you add somebody in there, you're checking the page daily, that you're watching for what they are posting and commenting on it, and working closely with them and just locking arms with them to really help your new ambassador flourish in this beginning stages, so they can evolve into a more advanced ambassador and really start building a strong team and have your support there as well. So we really think this is a great way for the Journeys group. We're excited about the new way that we're doing it. The last way, it was kind of an accountability thing, and we had to, remove people and stuff like that, and we didn't like that. So this is just a really good your own pace, but to continue to grow, and for you to have the opportunity to work closely with your newbies as well and just be that rock for them. So Super Saturday.
Yes. So, do you have anything else about being a leader? No, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Okay. So Super Saturday, guys. Super Saturday is so amazing, and it just came out. If you haven't signed up, make sure you go and do that. I know some areas are filled up and sold out already, which is crazy. I know Columbus, Ohio sold out in less than 2 hours. So be checking daily to see when that reopens, because I personally didn't get in the first 2 hours. I thought for sure I would be able to get in before I went to bed, but it got filled up really, really quick. So I've been checking it every single day, and when it opens, I'm going to get in. So I'm sure they're going to reopen it. They probably just have to find a bigger place. I know last year some places filled up, and so they have to just get a bigger place rented out to fit more people before they reopen it. So just be ready. It only costs $19.99 to get into Super Saturday, and it's so worth it. It's so amazing. What Super Saturday is, it's a jam-packed training, and you don't have to go to Friday, but Friday they have an opportunity meeting. And if you've never been to a Plexus opportunity meeting, you need to be at this one. It's so amazing. They go over the business, they go over the products, they have people and their live testimonies on stage. It's just so amazing. I've never, ever, ever brought somebody to an opportunity meeting and they didn't join. Like, they're amazing. If you can get people to the opportunity meeting that Friday before Super Saturday, you will be so grateful that you did. And definitely make that a goal too, because that's huge. And then Saturday, it's jam-packed with training and lots of amazing things from super successful people in the company. And there is a Super Saturday in any area within driving distance. So don't say that there's not one near you. I know Kara is driving how long to get to one?
4 hours.
4 hours. So it's worth it though. Like, Kara, as an ambassador for all the years she's been in, she's a senior Ruby. Like, it's even worth it for Kara to drive 4 hours to get to a Super Saturday. So make sure you get there. You will not regret it.
This is the biggest event that Plexus holds. They have 20 20,000 people at Super Saturday. And then like, I know a lot of people don't want to make convention because I think that you should make it a priority to get to convention. I'm not giving you excuse for that. You always need to make convention. But a lot of people, you know, they don't want to spend the money for convention and things like that. But again, we were talking about leadership and being a successful ambassador. And part of that is investing in yourself. And little blunt here, but I know Nikki as leaders, whenever we have people come to us and tell us, you know, that have been in the business for a long time and say, you know, like what she said, I can't do anything, or my business isn't working, it's not growing, and they're not somebody that's willing to invest in themselves by showing up at these events and plugging in and things like that. That's just, for us, somebody that we know a lot of times, like, we're not going to spend a time pouring into them if they're not willing to pour into yourself. So you guys have to be willing to do that. And Super Saturday it's a must to, like, figure out where the closest venue is and drive there and get there, lock arms with people, carpool with people, whatever you got to do, but make it a priority. It's $20 to register, and that's it. So we hope to see you guys there. I'll hope to see you.
I'm super excited about it.
Me too.
So another thing that we want to talk about is we want to keep throwing these Zooms in your guys' face, but we also want you guys to know that Zooms, you know, if you can't get people on a Zoom, that there is three-way messages. And we just want to let you guys know, if you have somebody, if you're new or you have somebody that you want to put us in a three-way message with, please feel free to do that. Don't hesitate to do that. Send us a message and just let us know. Or just honestly, for me, just put me in the message. And, you know, you can say something like, hey, this is my upline. You know, I'm kind of new and I'm still kind of learning things, but she's been in the business for 3 years and she can really help us find some products that are great for you. And then we will talk to them for you, and you won't have to feel like, oh my gosh, I have to know everything, or oh my gosh, I'm going to say the wrong thing. And these three-way messages really, really work. And not only are they working to help us convince your customers, it's a third-party validation. So say it's like your cousin or your mom, you know, they hear all this stuff from you and, you know, they might not, you know, think too much of it. But then when we come in and we tell them about the products, you know, a lot of people are more apt to listen to a third party. So use these three-way messages too. Zooms are amazing. If you can get somebody on a Zoom, absolutely. But if not, if there's for some reason people can't get on a Zoom or people don't want to get on a Zoom, use the three-way message. It works. It really does.
Yep.
Also, if you don't know the Zooms that we're doing, I guess I'll kind of briefly go over that really fast. Basically, a Zoom is it's kind of like a FaceTime, but with multiple people. You get on a Zoom with your upline, and they go over our Triplex and our X Factor, and a little bit about the business and our stories. And, you know, you open it up for questions. So it's kind of like a little opportunity meeting, but it's really quick, about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. And they're super quick and they're super personal, so people appreciate them. And they're just amazing. They've been working wonders. The growth that our team is having right now from these Zooms is absolutely insane. And it's just crazy. So if you haven't done a Zoom yet, make sure you're doing them.
I've just had 3 people on my team, Carol DeBerry, Glenda Hester, and Mary Odell. All 3 of them just rank advanced to gold. And they are all super consistent on doing these Zooms and things like that. So it's just kind of reiterating like what worked.
It really is. And what's so amazing about these Zooms too is that doing these Zooms with your upline at first is so amazing, because you're hearing your upline say everything and you're listening, but you're learning. You don't even realize you're learning, but you're learning. And then like me and Kara have both witnessed, like if we can't get on a Zoom, like our teams are doing the Zooms by themselves, and that's amazing. So like it's teaching you to be a leader and learn this stuff, and it's building you up, it's building your confidence up, and people see that and it feels good. And then you just share about Plexus even more. So it's amazing. All these Zooms are just amazing. And we have another Pink Power Live too. If you're wondering super details about the Zooms, go check that other Pink Power Live out that we did. But do you have anything else about The Zooms, Kara?
No.
Um, One more thing too that I wanted just to touch on, I know we've talked about this a lot, is just working from a list. Um, I've kicked myself in the butt because I know me and Kara, we've taught for so long, like write down a list of 100 people that you know and work from that list. And I have to completely tell everybody, like, I do not do that on a regular basis. And here recently, I've been working from my list, and I'm completely floored at how easy it is. Like, oh my gosh, it's so easy. You can literally get your list out and message 50 people in like 15 minutes and be done because you just have your list right there. You're messaging them, you're building that relationship, and it's amazing. And I really just want to touch on that because I haven't been doing that, and I know that it's so simple, it's so basic, it's so easy, and like just the littlest things really change so much of your business, and it's just crazy. So if you don't have a list, make sure you have a list. Write down everybody that you can think of. Every time you write down a name, you're going to think of more people that that name triggers you to think of. So never don't write somebody's name down. If you think of somebody, even if they're not interested, or just write their name down, because build a relationship with that person, and you just never know when they might be interested. And another thing that I wanted to bring up is contacts. So Eric Worre, I don't know if you guys know him. He's super successful in network marketing. He didn't have any contacts at all. So if you sign up for Plexus and you're like, I don't have a network, I don't have any contacts, I'm going to run out of friends to sell Plexus to, never, ever, ever think that, because you should be reaching out to at least 2 people a day. And those 2 people a day should be, and anybody at all, people that you do not know that you are starting to build a relationship with, new people, not people that you know, new people. And if you're reaching out to 2 new people a day and you're adding them as friends on your Facebook, or maybe you met them in person, just talking to 2 new people a day, that's 60 people a year. Or I'm sorry, 60 people a month. If you talk to 2 people a day for a whole year, that's 720 new people in your life. That's a lot of people. And 2 new people, I mean, how quick can you find 2 new people on Instagram, or find 2 new people on Facebook and add them to your Facebook friend, send them a message and just tell them like, hey, thanks so much for following me. Like, I can't wait to chat with you, or whatever you send to them. That's your 2 people. But let's just say you did 4 people a day. 4 people a day in a whole year's time, you would have 1,440 new friends. 1,440 new friends if you talk to 4 new people a day. If you talk to 10 people a day, which, let's be realistic, I can talk to 10 new people a day and it's nothing. You can find these people on Facebook groups. You can find them in real life. You can find them on Facebook, on Instagram. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Finding 10 new people is so easy. If you found 10 new people every single day for a whole year, you would have 36,000 new friends. Like, that's insane. So just never think that you don't have a network. Eric Worre didn't have a network at all. He didn't have any friends, nobody to sell to, nothing. He built his network. So even if you're coming in and you don't have a network, you don't have anyone to work from, constantly build that, and you will constantly have a network throughout your whole entire career.
And I think a lot of people, like, whenever she's saying like reach out to 2 new people a day and things like that, like, we've got to remember that we're in a relationship business. So you are expanding your network so they can continue to see your life and on social media and things like that. And even whenever you're out, like I was out last week and I got 2 new contacts, one at the mall and one from Chick-fil-A. And it's not like, not puking Plexus on them, just so you can share, you know, with Facebook. And we need to do a Pink Power live training and things like that. But I've recently started working my business on Instagram, and like, this is my list that I have just from this past week of new people that I have met on Instagram, like new people that have messaged me back and I've started a relationship with and started talking to people. And there's like almost 50 people on that list just from this last week. So it's just like she said, there are several ways to do it. We just have to grow, and we have to stretch out, and we have to reach, and we have to add, so we can expand our network so we can share.
Right. And also too, like when we say reach out to, we don't mean like just send a friend request and add a new friend to Facebook. We mean like do that, but also send them a message. And it can be anything. Like I'm just going to shoot out a few examples for Instagram. Like, hey, we're Instagram buddies now. I love it. Hope all has been well your way. I'm kind of just now getting used to everything on Instagram, but so far I like it. How are you? Like something just like really simple. And I send that to people like that I know that are maybe on my Facebook, and now I'm adding them to Instagram. But something that you can say to somebody that you're just reaching out to that, you don't know, is, hey, thank you so much for following me. I just wanted to take some time to introduce myself. I'm Nikki. I'm a stay-at-home mom of one sweet girl and one sweet boy. I've been married for 10 years, and we grew up in Springfield, Ohio. I'm looking forward to chatting with each other, or getting to know each other, or whatever you want to write there. Making sure that you're sending those out. That's what we mean when we say reaching out to people, not just adding them to Instagram or adding them to Facebook. You want to make sure you're actually reaching out to these people. Mm-hmm. And you don't even have to mention Plexus. Like she said, you don't even have to mention Plexus. You can mention that later.
It usually comes up. If you get into genuine conversation with people, they'll eventually want to know what you do and more about it.
It is. Or they're going to see one of your posts. I had somebody do this to me the other day. I was talking to them, never mentioned Plexus at all. And she was following she just started looking at my Facebook page, and she said, okay, what's Plexus? Like 3 days later. And then I got her on a Zoom call, and now she's signing up. So I never even had to mention Plexus to her. Mm-hmm. Awesome. So we have some love from Lori.
Yes. Yeah. One thing that my mom, Lori Cooper, just texted me is she just wants to make sure, like we talked about the journeys groups and stuff like that, but make sure that you are checking into the Show Me Plexus page daily. There is new information, new training added there on a regular basis. So you need to check in. And then just remembering that whenever you add a new ambassador, your name will be added to that cover photo. It's fun to have recognition and fun for the team to know like you're growing your business. So that's a great place to get it. And like I said, she'll be updating those on a weekly basis. She wants us to stress the importance of personal growth, which I think that we've kind of done. You've got to grow in order to grow your business. And also we want to hit on the Show Me 90 challenge and what that is all about, Nikki.
So if you guys have seen our Show Me 90 challenge, it's so amazing. I honestly didn't think I would love it so much, but I love it. We all have things that we need to work on in life, regardless of what it is. It doesn't even have to be about your Plexus business. It could be you want to start eating healthier. You want to start drinking more water. You want to start building a relationship with God, a stronger relationship with God. You could, like one of mine is being intentional. I need to be intentional because that's just something I need to work on. And being intentional, I mean, getting more done in a day. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and you would think I have all the time in the world, and I do, but I still waste a lot of time. So I'm horrible at time management. And so that's like one of the things that I'm working on in this 90-day challenge. Some people are saying I'm going to work out more. Some people are saying I'm going to make sure that I do not miss a single day of my Plexus products. Some people really want to work on personal development and, just being a better person every single day. Some people want to spend more time with their family, spend more time with their kids, do more crafts with their kids, do more stuff by themselves, spending more time doing your hobbies, just being happy, feeling like you are living the best life that you can live. That's what Show Me 90 is all about. And it's this huge campaign that Lori started, and it's amazing. Basically, in 90 days, you can break a habit. So if you're doing this stuff for 90 days, say you want to start eating healthier, you start eating healthier for 90 days, or you start, reading a scripture in your Bible for 90 days to get closer to God. It's just something else that you can do every single day that you're not used to doing. Something that you can do in your business that you're not used to doing, like reaching out to new people like we were talking about. Being intentional about doing that. Just anything really. But anyways, just doing these things sometimes isn't isn't easy because we're not used to doing it. Like it's super easy to go grab candy bars and go, skip a day at church, or skip a night of working out, or skipping things. Like it's so easy for us to skip over things and take the easy route out. And so in this 90-day challenge, we're all stepping out of our comfort zone, and we're doing things that we're not used to build new habits. So we make these things a habit so we can grow ourselves, grow as people, grow as our, grow ourselves, putting ourselves first, being intentional with our business first, and just doing these things so they become a habit. I know what they say, like, I think it's 21 days that you can break a habit. So if you're doing this for 90 days, you're definitely going to break these habits. They're going to be habits. You're going to have new habits. You're going to have good habits. So that's what it's all about. Did I miss anything? I feel like I'm rambling.
One of the biggest things about this is it's more than Plexus. We want you guys to get people involved. We want you to get your friends and your moms, your sisters, brothers, whoever. We want you to get them involved because we want to start a campaign to help people to want to be better. Like, whether they're on our Plexus team or they're not, who cares? Like, we still want them to challenge themselves for 90 days to be better, because we're just like, you can change your entire life in 90 days. And like she said, whether it is growing your relationship with Christ more on a spiritual level, or whether it is getting yourself in shape and things like that, you can totally transform your life and your habits in 90 days. And one of the reasons my mom felt so passionate about this is because she was thinking back to whenever she first joined Plexus, and she joined in April, and she gave it all she had in those first 90 days. And that is whenever her life really made a drastic transformation, because she was able to quit her RN job, and she was able to promote to Emerald and then Diamond. But it took that first 90 days of making a change and working really, really hard for 90 days so she could see that huge impact. And then, 90 days ago, it's probably been longer than 90 days now, but back this summer, I guess, I don't know, what was it, July or so? She made another commitment. She made another commitment to herself to be better and to change her habits. And she has created this huge momentum and fire again on her team. And she has reached some of her health goals that she has been trying to reach and things like that. But she has experienced this 90-day change and transformation in her life in such a positive way twice now, that now she wants to start this campaign for us as her team to do, so we can be better ourselves, but also so we can reach out and expand it into our network, so we can just have our friends and family to be better and to challenge themselves to be better too. But that's what this campaign is about: to be better, to be the best you, mom, wife, dad, husband, whatever you can be, to be the best at it.
Right. And what I love so much is, like, this is what Plexus is all about too. Like, Plexus is such a God-loving, people-loving, team-loving one Plexus. Like, that's what we are. And, like, I love this challenge so much because it doesn't have to be about Plexus, and it's drawing people in, even people that aren't in Plexus. And I know personally, like, I've had people reach out to me already and being interested in, like, things that have to do with, like, just being a mom, or things that have to do with just, like, eating better. And they haven't mentioned anything at all about Plexus to me, and that's fine. But just being in this, like, campaign with, like, so many other people and just getting more and more people in it, it's just amazing. It's such a great feeling because we all want to be better. Everybody wants to be better. So it's amazing.
If you haven't jumped on Show Me 90 yet, get ready, jump on, and then
make some goals, make some commitments, and post a selfie. We all did that. We all posted a selfie, and if you do, make sure you hashtag Show Me 90, because that's, like, if you go and click, if you're not a hashtag person, because I didn't used to be a hashtag person, so I feel like I need to say this. Click on Show Me 90, and, like, you'll see all of the people that are involved in this campaign, and it's crazy. It's so cool. It's amazing. It's so cool.
It helps unite us all together as a community. And then throughout the Show Me 90 campaign, whenever you are doing stuff towards, bettering yourself or whatever, then you can make a post or a picture or whatever and put, like, the Show Me 90 hashtag, so you can just, share with our community how you're taking positive steps in that direction.
And people can relate to it too. Like that's what's so cool about it. Like people can relate to the stuff that we're doing because as different as we all are, we all have the same struggles in life.
Yes.
We really do.
I think that's all that we have for you guys tonight. I'm again sorry we got started out so late, but we'll try to be better next week. But thank you guys so much for jumping on here with you, and we hope you guys have an incredible, intentional, income producing week.
Yes. Night, guys.